Hello everyone, I'm Paul and this is problem 3660, Jump Game 9. This is a medium problem that might be tricky, so next I will show you my thought process and efficient solution. We are given an integer array num, so let's say that we're given this. From any index we can jump to any other index such that we meet these two rules. If the index is greater than the current index, the new value has to be smaller than the current value. And if the new index is smaller than the current index, the new value has to be greater than the current value. For each index, we need to find the maximum value in nums that we can reach by following any sequence of valid jumps starting from I. So we need to return an array of the same length, in this case 3. What do we put here? We are looking at index 0. Well, we need to get the maximum possible number that we can reach. We start from 2. So the maximum number so far is equal to 2. And given that this number is smaller than the current one and it's to the right of the current index, well, now we meet this condition, which means that we could jump to this index. But this number is 1 and we are looking for the maximum possible value, so we stick with 2. And this happens to be the maximum possible number that we can get from this index, so here we put 2. Next we are here and the current number is 1, so the maximum value so far for this index is 1. And we can jump to the left. Why? Well, because the new index is smaller than the current index and the new value is strictly greater than the current value. 2 is greater than 1. So, given that we can go here, now the maximum value that we can reach is 2. And that's it. We can't go to 3 because we don't meet these conditions. The maximum value that we can get is 2, so here we put 2. Finally, we are at this index, the current number is 3, and we can't go back to previous indices because we don't meet these conditions. So the maximum number that we can get from this index is 3. This is the array that we have to return. I like to visualize this as follows. These two rules means that the number to the left has to be larger than the number to the right. Here the number to the right is strictly larger than the two numbers to the left. That's why we can't go from here to any of these two indices. If we are here, this is smaller than the number to the left. If we are here, this is larger than this number to the right. So as long as we have a number to the left that's greater than the number to the right, we can do the necessary jumps to get the maximum value in this range. So we know that the result for these two indices has to be the maximum number in this range, meaning 2. So this is 2, this is 2. This means that we can use something called monotonic stack. Let's see how this works. We will have a stack that's initially empty, and we will iterate these indices from left to right. These are indices 0, 1, and 2, so we start from 0. We are looking at this element. First, we need to add this to the stack. We are doing this in the form of tuples. The first element in the tuple corresponds to the current value, in this case 2. The second element here corresponds to the left bound of the current range. You will see why this makes sense in a few seconds. Right now left is 0. And the third value here corresponds to the right bound of the current range. This is initially the current index, 0. Now we are here at index 1 and the current number is 1. So we can say while the current number is strictly smaller than the last value in the stack, we can pop the last tuple in the stack. Okay? So now we need to add a new tuple with the maximum between the previous value and the new value. This is equal to 2. For left, we keep this left bound, so we keep 0. And for right, we keep the current index, 1. And just to be clear, this means that now we are extending this range. Now the maximum number that we can get for every index here is 2. Next we are here, this is a 3 and 3 is larger than the last value in the stack. So at this point we add a new tuple with the current value 3 and this goes from 2 to 2, which means that we are looking at this range. And now with this we can get the result. Remember that this has the same length as the array nums, and we can go through these tuples in the stack, and from each of these we are iterating numbers from left to right included. So here we go from 0 to 1 and the corresponding result is 2. So here we put 2 and here we put 2. Next we are with this tuple which goes from 2 to 2, so we are here and the result is 3, so here we put 3. This is the result. Let's do one more example just to make this clear. We start with an empty stack and we are going through these indices from left to right. So we start here, we need to add this element to the stack because it's empty, so we add a tuple with the current value 2, left is 0 and right is 0 also. Next we continue with index 1. Given that 3 is strictly greater than the last value of the stack, we need to add a new tuple with the current value, and this goes from 1 to 1. Finally, we are here at index 2 and the current number is 1. 1 is strictly smaller than the last value in the stack. So we pop this tuple and the new value up to this moment is the maximum between 3 and 1. So this is 3, the new left is 1, and the new right is 2. Okay, so we are looking at this scenario. Now 1 happens to be smaller than the last value in the stack again, because remember that now we are running a while loop. While this is strictly smaller than the last value of the stack, we pop the corresponding tuples. So now we pop this, and here in the tuple we keep the maximum between 3 and 2, which is 3. Left is the new left, which is 0. So we replace this with 0, and right corresponds to the current index, which is 2. So this is the final stack. Now we can build the result, which is an array with 3 elements. We go from 0 to 2, meaning all of these values are 3. So we put 3, 3, 3, and return this array. Maybe you're wondering, why is this 3? Well, because we can go from index 0 to index 2, because 1 is smaller than 2. And then we can go from index 2 to index 1 because 1 is smaller than 3. Remember that as long as the number to the left is larger than the number to the right, we can do the jump. So the maximum number that we can get from index 0 is 3. That's why this is the final result. Time complexity for this approach is big O of n. Why? Well, because we are pushing elements into the stack once and popping elements from the stack at most once. So this is overall big O of n, and space complexity is the same because of the array and the space for the stack. So with this in mind, now let's see how to code this up. First, we can say that n is the length of nums. The result is an array with 0 times n, and we have an empty stack. And now we can go through every index. So for I in range n, the current value every time is nums I, and left, right are I and I. Okay, we start with the minimum possible range. Now we can say while we have something in the stack and the last tuple in the stack has a value that's strictly greater than nums I, we can pop the last element. So s.pop. And this will give us 3 values every time: last value, last left, and last right. So now we can say that the current value is the maximum between what we already have here and last value, and left is equal to last left. And after this while loop, every time we append the new tuple, this has the current value, the final value, left and right. Okay. After doing this, we can build the result. So for every value left and right in the stack, we can say for every index in range from left to right plus 1, because this is non-inclusive and we have to include right. Every time result I is equal to the current value, and finally we can return result. So this is the entire code. Let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.